Keep being too caught up by all my demons, lost without that love.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Total Villa. Now, I was reading an autobiography today about Tyson Fury, and there's a pivotal part in his life where he fought Deontay Wilder. And I believe it was the round 11 or round 12 where he got knocked out by Deontay Wilder. But despite the fact that the whole crowd, that everyone watching him from home, thought he was never going to get back up and continue fighting, he got back up and showed that resilience, which is something that I really emphasize on this channel. And the man to the side of me today did something, a feat which I personally, if I was to complete it myself, I think would be impossible. But the fact that he ran 5 kilometers for a whole year for a fantastic cause is something really, really need to celebrate. So Brad, how are you today, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, buddy, not too bad. Had a bit of a mad 48 hours, if I'm honest, but starting to slow down. But yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
Now, of course, we need to emphasise the fact that you're on here because of your fantastic work, but also as well, you are a Villa fan. So just before we delve into your fantastic charity raising and your fantastic work regarding raising money for your charity, just get a quick thought really on what are your thoughts regarding Aston Villa season so far, because of course last season we just survived relegation by the skin of our teeth, but this season we're progressing, and it's just almost within the Aston Villa community, it's that argument, should we really be fighting for the Europa League, or is it the fact that because we're progressing from 17th to around mid-table, do you think that's acceptable?
I think it is. I think with last summer, the recruitment, we had to have an overhaul of the squad. We had to bring in a lot of players to try and get rid of the older heads that we had in the changing room. So I think Dean Smith had a big task on his hands, and I think he has done well. Like I say, the start of last season, we were playing well and just not picking up the points, whereas this season, I think we've learned, our game management has been a hell of a lot better. And I do think we are progressing. I think mid-table is probably where we should be. But I was saying yesterday to a couple of lads, just imagine if our season was the other way around now, how much more excited would we be if we were then picking up wins, playing the way that we was at the start of the season. We would be so excited thinking we would be pushing for Europe rather than, oh, our season's teetering out. So you've got to take the rough with the smooth. Like, at the end of the day, it's progression. And that's all we can ask for as fans. And as long as we build upon this season, next season, and kind of then pushing more towards that upper part of the table, like I say, it's progression. That's all we're after. So yeah, I'm excited. Like I say, I'm probably similar to every other Villa fan. I'm a bit annoyed at the minute, but like I say, we've got to stick with the process and trust Dean Smith at the end of the day.
I mean, talking about having a big task on your hands, running 5 kilometers for a whole year is something that's it's so insane, yet so brilliant at the same time, because you're completing such a mammoth task for such a fantastic cause, and you've raised, the last time I saw, around 19,000. Has that increased now? But most importantly, why is it important for you to complete this task?
I've always said, like I say, the reason I'm doing it for is Mary Stevens Hospice. It's on Tuesday, it was my mum's 10-year anniversary since she passed away. So I've always wanted to do something for the hospice and give a bit back, because, like I say, it wasn't only my mum that passed away, there, it was my granddad as well in 2003. So it's always stuck with the family. We've always done bits here and there, and I just never knew what to do. Like, I appreciate everyone that does stuff for charity, jumping out of planes and all those kind of crazy things. That if I'm honest, I don't know if I've got the bottle to do that. But I've always wanted to do something. And then when lockdown came last March, I was running quite a bit anyway, keep myself fit, keep myself in shape. And then when it comes to, I was like, well, what can I do now? But I don't know how long we're going to be in lockdown for. I'm running pretty much every day. You know what? I'll try and do 5K every day. And then, so it started the 12th of May last year. And I was due to get married this year. I was due to have a stag do. So that was kind of the reasons why I really wanted to test myself. So yeah, it's been a crazy year. I'm glad it's over. But yeah, it's for a fantastic cause. And here's me getting all the plaudits, saying well done, this, that, and the other. But the main thing for me is that the exposure for the hospice, that's all I can ask for at the end of the day.
It's brilliant work, but as well, just finally just looking at yourself and the progression of yourself, because I imagine that, yes, you are raising fantastic sums of money for the charity, but I imagine that you progress as an individual yourself. Like, I talk about the importance of resilience and how through running 5 kilometers each day for 365 days a year, I keep going on about it, but it's a mammoth task and it's something you've completed. So surely that pride and that resilience is well in bed within you.
Like I say, when you've got a fantastic cause, and like I've said to a few people, it's a great thing for me. I know when I'm going out that door, the reason I'm doing it. So it brings back memories of my mum, and it gets people that knew my mum talking about her as well. So when I'm talking, oh, it's a fantastic cause, your mum was a great lady. God, do you remember when this happened? Do you remember when that happened? It was just like everything coming together. And I'm hearing memories about my mum that I never heard before, which was fantastic for me. But people have said, I don't know how you've done it. I don't know how you've managed to get yourself out there and in the rain, the snow. It's, like I say, it's fantastic cause. Once you can run 5K, it is just the mental strength just to get yourself out the door. If you can't put away half an hour of your day to get outside, to do something, your lifestyle's wrong, in my opinion. And if people don't do anything, I don't take offence on that. But half an hour a day just to do yourself a bit of exercise, and it brings back your mental strength. And again, it's something that I've always prided myself in. And to get myself out that door, I couldn't have asked for anything else. Within everybody that's come and helped me, come and join me in the tough times. Like people come and help me run me the Christmas day, because I knew that would be a tough day to get yourself out the door. I had 3 or 4 people with me that day just to help me push along. So yeah, it has been a tough year. I don't get myself wrong about that.
I mean, beyond the world of running as well, have you always held that mindset?
Yeah. Always, like I say, I've lost my mum. I lost my mum at the age of 17. Had to become a man quite early, but never shied away from the task. Don't get me wrong, I had my ups and my down days, but when you've grown up that quick, you've kind of got to have that resilience. And I didn't do very well at college because of the outcome, but I eventually got the grades to get myself to uni, got myself through uni, and I'm now in a career I never thought I'd be in. So it's something that's always been within me. People that know me from around my area, I've always played sport. I've always been one of the people that will always give 110%. I don't come off without doing that. I very rarely see myself with my head down. I'll always put in and try and get people around me going as well. So that's just the type of person I am.
I mean, that's the thing as well, because lots of people are talented in various ways. But the most important thing is, if you're not willing to give 110%, then there's no point of really trying. I mean, hard work, especially nowadays, is well valued by employees and people around the world. And you've shown through your charity work that through hard work and through your mindset that anything's possible.
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, with my mindset, I was made redundant in November from a job I started last April, just due to COVID, the third lockdown coming. The company couldn't afford me. Essentially, I was.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. I was last one in, first one out, unfortunately, and that's just the way that life is. But as I said at the time, as one door closes, another one opens. I was back in employment within 10 days. I'd got a job to get myself through Christmas. Like it was a tough time, but like I say, I could have gone and sat in my living room and watched Netflix for 24 hours a day, trying to put myself down and what's going wrong. But you've just got to get yourself back on the horse and get yourself going again. And otherwise you're going to end up failing in life, and stuff's going to start crumbling in around you. And I can't allow for that to happen for my family, for my friends. I don't want to see me down. And so I've just got to push myself through those barriers to get myself through the other side and back on the horse.
And you completed your last run, was it with John Terry, I believe? How was that? How was that?
It was a crazy, crazy day. I can't even tell you. So all my friends and family had been meshed in the villa throughout the 365 days. Even more so, well, I'll just drop in now that on the last game of the season against Chelsea, I'm running from where I live in Starbridge all the way to Villa Park, which is 16.5 miles. But originally I was, the reason I'd done it was because my target was £10,000. I'd originally set it at 500, and I'll tell you now, I'd have been happy with £500, knowing that I'd done my bit for that charity, especially in the tough time for that they were struggling to get donations. So when I was getting close to 10,000, I need something to get me over that 10,000 mark, and I thought of the idea of, with my mum being a season ticket holder for 20 odd years, she's the reason I'm a Villa fan. So it was obviously the game's just short of 2 weeks after my final run yesterday. So I've organised for myself to run to Villa Park, as I've just mentioned, but along the way, I've got my mile markers. So I've got different people joining me at different stages of the run. So all I've asked for the people that are going to join on or however long they want, just make a small donation or donation as much as they want, just to then boost it up. I know a few people that would jump on, but never did I imagine I think I've currently got 70 people joining me for that run at different stages. So it's just more money to add to the pot. I forgot what I was leading myself onto there. John Terry, sorry. On that night on Monday, my friends and family were just bombarding the villa, trying to get something organised for the 23rd. And then Tyrone Mings put something on his Instagram about my last day being the following day. And then one of my friends had messaged someone from the media team on LinkedIn, and he'd come back to him saying, look, I don't think we can do anything for the 23rd, but tomorrow, I know it's his final day. Can you get here for 2:00 and do a run around Bodymore Heath? So I was like, they rang me saying, yeah, we've got this sorted for Bodymore Heath tomorrow. Do you reckon get the day off? I'll ring my manager. I was like, mate, can you sort it out tomorrow? I've got the chance to run at Bodymore Heath. I don't really know what's going to come of it, but can I go? And she's like, yeah, your last day, go and enjoy yourself. So I got there, speaking to the friends that were going to be doing it with me anyway. And the four of us went there. I took my football boots. I think I'm going to running around the pitch, a couple of laps, get my 5K in and be straight in the car and off home. Because obviously with COVID and everything like that, we was doing all the COVID forms and obviously everyone's in secure bubbles for the team. So we got there, it's like, yeah, we're going to go and meet you in the media room. So I get put in the media room. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, can you stand in front of the camera? I'm like, what's going on here? So we're just chatting. He's asking me about my runs and the last year and what have you. And then I was like, oh yeah, we're going to get you to do some action shots, like tying your shoelaces, pulling up your socks, thinking something's going on here. I don't really know what's going to happen. They get me back in front of the camera, and as I'm talking, I'm talking to the camera. The photographer starts flashing. So I was like, what the hell is he flashing at? I've not said anything big, and I thought, oh, it might just be like some more content to watch me doing the interview. And then I can hear the door open, and they just carried on talking. So I thought it might have been something in the media. And John Terry walks through the door, and I look at him, and I had to look twice. So I was like, oh God. So I just carried on talking, and I started talking at him, and I was like, oh my God, I don't physically know what to say to him here. I don't know if he was just meant to be walking through the room. And then when he said he was going to be doing my last 5K with me, I was absolutely chuffed. Like, couldn't have been a better way to end the year. But little did I know, all my friends knew that he was doing it and hadn't told me. So yeah, it was truly amazing. And I've said to a few people now, like, I'd have loved to run on the players, don't get me wrong, but to get John Terry for half an hour, just in a setting with me and three of my friends, it was top draw. He answered every single question we gave him, honestly, and you could tell. And he was just such a down to earth guy. And he was having a laugh and a joke with us. Like my uncle that came with us, he's 49 and hadn't run in months and months. And my uncle gave me a bit of stick about the 2005 Champions League semi-final with Luis Garcia. What was the atmosphere like and everything? And as we were running along, John goes, because my uncle's called John as well, John Terry turned John goes, come on, John, you're like Liverpool at the minute in 5th place. And it didn't go down too well. But yeah, it was something I'll never forget. I felt like a 10-year-old, like fanboying. But yeah, it was a great day, and I couldn't have asked for anything else.
I mean, as well, because everyone can show that positivity within any walk of life, but in terms of having that mindset that you possess, I mean, John's has such a successful career within the world of football, and I like to you in the fact that he is constantly positive, and that's why he's got to the place that he is. And I think in terms of me, how I want to conduct my life, it's not necessarily about getting to the top. It's the most important thing, which is being happy. And I think that both you and John are in such places now where you are both happy and you're both happy with yourselves and you've both achieved so much in your different walks of life. So just to share that, like you said, that half an hour with him must have been fantastic.
Oh yeah, it honestly it was. Like I've just said, he couldn't have been nicer. Like I'm over the moon. I've completed the challenge, but I knew as soon as I set out I would, because there's no way I wasn't going to finish it because of the embarrassment of, oh, you've said you're going to do this, you said you're going to do that. There's no way I wasn't going to finish it. Like I said, and that's just the resilience in me. And I'm over the moon. And here's me doing a Villa podcast and interviews on the radio. But like I mentioned, I'm really not bothered about myself. I'm just so glad that hospice is getting that recognition, and that's what's making me happy at the minute. My phone's going wild, and I could have dropped it out the window on the motorway I'm driving. It's just buzzing like mad. But yeah, here's me getting all the plaudits, and I'm not really that arsed about it, to be honest.
But in terms of raising money for that charity as well, why does that charity hold such a close meaning to you, and what does it do? Just tell us a little bit more about the charity.
So it's a charity that provides end-of-life care. And the reason it means so much to me is, like I've already mentioned, it had my mum, it had my granddad, but it's the little things that people don't see, is the checking in over the last 10 years. Like, my sister was 10 years old and my mum passed away, and she still speaks to the same person every now and again, and they check in on her and they still remember her. Like, I was 17 and they've done bits for me over the years. I can't thank them enough. I really, really can't, because I don't know if I would have got through it without them, and especially Rebecca. So yeah, it holds a very close place to my heart. And like, since I've started, I've got the hospice people messaging me and wishing me good luck, constant reminders of where my money's going to go and how thankful they are for me. And I'm the little thing that I've done, it means a hell of a lot to them, when they probably couldn't give that much recognition. It's like, the amount of money I've raised, I've funded that hospice for 3 days by myself.
Wow.
And in the grand scheme, like, I'm looking at it like I've raised £22,000. People see that as a hell of a lot of money, but you think where the rest of that money's got to come from for the rest of the year. So out of the 365 days, I've got to find another 362 days worth of money. And that just shows how incredible and how amazing the place is they get that funding, and how well respected they are within our local community in Starbridge, because they seem to get through that money every single year. And it is truly incredible in the stuff they do.
Well, I'm sure that your mum and your granddad watching you complete this task would be so proud of you, mate. It's such a fantastic achievement, and thank you so much for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to Total Villain, but most importantly, stay safe, stay well, and up the Villa.
But I keep being too caught up by all my demons, lost without